Man, look, I'm not where I'm supposed to be, but I'm here. What's up? Greg Gray, Dope Living TV Live. The views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV or its affiliates. How about that? Let me bring on my co-host, Jaden the Godson.
Hello, good Friday, everyone. Got company today.
We got company today, man. What's up, Robert? That's my man, Robert. Good brother, man. Got a lot of. We got to do a show on him, actually.
He say.
He said, "What? You just muted yourself." He said, "What?"
Great.
But I didn't hear you.
even have your hat on today. What's wait. Rewind.
No hat.
You don't even have on a hat.
He's no hat. Great.
Had to let the curlies get some air today.
He said the curlies. Boy, I got more hair than you.
I got my curlies too, Greg.
Yeah, I'll put the hat on now.
No I got my curlies.
There you go. You see, you're a woman. You let yours air out anyway. Okay. Everybody say, "What's up" to life coach Jeff Rutherford.
Hey, Jeff.
What's up, y'all? What's going on, family?
Yeah. Hey, Tree. Thank you.
Hey, Tree.
All right, y'all. Look,
Real good.
today we're gonna be a little serious here. She made me put my hat on, man, but I want to take my hat off. Everybody say what's going on to Marcella Amos.
Hey.
What's up, Marcella?
Hey, Marcella.
I thought I saw somebody without a hat on a few minutes ago. Let me see.
Boop.
Oh, that's cute.
Boop. Go ahead, Robert.
Hey, Robert.
What's going on, Robert?
Hello.
New York. There we go.
You better believe it.
What's up, Tree?
Everybody say what's up to Maurice. Bishop.
Hey, Maurice.
Hey, Maurice.
Hey, what's up, Maurice?
All right, y'all, check this. We got a guest that's been through a lot, but came through. All right, went through something and came through, and we always talk about going through things, and it's how you come through it that determines the type of person that you are. Sometimes, you know. So she's been commenting and a faithful viewer of the show. You all say hello to Felisa Quarles.
Hi, Felisa.
Hey,
How you doing, Felisa?
I'm moving, Felicia.
Hi, Lisa.
How you doing?
Anyway, so she had reached out and told me about a situation in her life where she was actually having health issues, and it got to a point where she had a stroke. And Maurice, I know you can sympathize with that. Tamika Evans says, "Hey, Felicia." So her stroke. I didn't have time because I was traveling. I wanted to get some pictures if she had them to show where she was and where she is now. Okay, because seeing her now and talking to her earlier, you would not believe this woman.
I'm looking at her and I don't believe it.
Definitely.
Good.
So not Trip. Felisa, give us a little backstory, okay? What led up to the stroke?
Well, I've been having migraines for as long as I can remember. And because I suffered so hard with migraines, they can last from 2-3 days for 2-3 weeks at a time. And because it wasn't the norm this time, July 2014, it wasn't unnormal for me to have a migraine for 9 days. And so I had the migraine, went to work as usual, got to work and wasn't feeling well. So a coworker took me to a manager and told her that I needed to go home because I didn't look well. I got home, went to the emergency room. They gave me a cup of coffee, told me it was a migraine, go home. I ended up going to my boyfriend's house at the time, just trying to relax, rest. The next morning, 9:06 in the morning, My lips went numb. My lips began to twist. I began to have no feeling on my whole left side. I couldn't speak. And so in me not being able to speak, I'm thinking I'm screaming, get up, get up. I'm calling his name, get up, get up. Something's wrong, get up. Nothing was coming out of my mouth. Somehow he heard me and he got up. And because I couldn't speak, the first thing he did was ran and got some orange juice. Why? I don't know. But
he was thinking of hyperglycemic.
Yeah, diabetic something.
Yeah. So he actually drove me to the emergency room. At this point, I'm not talking, I'm not moving, nothing is doing anything.
Okay, so let's pause right there. Pause right there. So you having this episode, you're not talking, you think that words are coming out, but they aren't. When you discover that it's not, the words aren't coming out, that your lips or your face was twisted, how did you feel?
All I knew was to pray. All I could say was, Lord, I don't know what this is, to help me. That's all I knew. I had to really dig up those, as far as I could think, dig up a scripture and say it to myself, because if I'm yelling at him, I think I'm yelling at him, and I'm not. I was talking to myself inside.
Wow.
Okay, so you're talking to yourself. You get to the hospital. I mean, are you cognizant of what's going on, or are you just in a panic mode?
The last thing I remember is them getting ready to cut my shirt off. That's the last thing I remember. After that, I remember maybe 4 or 5 days later.
So 4 or 5 days, everything was gone?
Everything was gone. I couldn't feel it. I didn't even know I was in the world. From what
Maurice, does that sound familiar?
Mine was actually totally different. I mean, they're different from person to person. I mean, mine was actually brought on by exhaustion and heat. So they said that, they said that I didn't look right. I was mumbling and stuff, incoherently and things. And, they took me to one emergency room, which that emergency room, they dropping my medicine on the floor. My wife got PO'd, and she said, we're going to Murfreesboro. So we ended up going to a whole nother city to get me help. And as soon as I rolled in, they took my blood pressure and my sugar. They're like, you're not going nowhere. I was like, what do you mean? I remember that part. I remember actually them admitting me into the hospital. I remember that. And they said, something's wrong. So they immediately scanned my head. And there's a spot about that big right here on the back of my head that's black. Nothing there.
Wow.
So and of course they came in and did the test, eaty meeny miny moles, let you read all that stuff, the little really generic kid books and stuff is what I was saying. I was actually making the nurse laugh because I was reading this. So can I put a real story up here, and I was trying to make the nurse laugh. And my wife said, quit being silly and read it, and of course they touch all your toes and everything. And the only thing I could think of is just like Lisa, it was just the grace of God, because according to the nurse, when she came in, she said, usually when we see somebody with that much damage back there, they don't move nothing. Nothing moves, or something, only half of it. Now I did have some sluggishness on my left side, and it came back, and my vision was messed up for about 3 weeks. And I was laying in the bed praying, Lord. I wake up and I actually had to put on readers to see. 25 plus readers to see. I mean, just to walk down the steps. And I woke up one morning and looked up at the TV. My wife had the TV on, and it was clear as day without my glasses. And that's my vision came back.
So like you said, it's different for different people.
Yeah.
So yours was a heat stroke, Maurice?
No, it wasn't a heat stroke as much as it was, I guess, fatigue, because I had been working on my house and everything, and I was out there on a balcony, and it was pretty warm. It was probably about 97 degrees. And I was out there putting balusters up there, And I can remember getting real hot. And my wife looking at me and said, "You don't look good." I said, "Well, I'm just hot, And I had drank all the water, stopped sweating,
Well, I'm reading.
So,
I'm sorry.
go ahead, Marcia.
I'm looking at that. It says that a stroke occurs when the supply of blood to the brain is reduced or blocked completely, and it prevents brain tissue from getting oxygen and nutrients.
Mm-hmm.
And you have two separate people with two different types of strokes because there are different types of strokes.
Different places.
Because they're, different parts of the brain control different parts. So that's one reason also why we have the different stories. And of course, if we were to talk to others that had other different types of strokes, we get other different stories.
Lisa, may I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times people don't recognize that they've had a stroke. I know someone that went to the hospital and they told them that they had 7 small strokes.
Mm-hmm.
Would you at this point be able to identify that you're having a stroke again if it were to happen, God forbid, or that someone else is having a stroke?
Well, they teach you. There's this little card that they give you, and it's called Break Fast, and each letter stands for something different. But for me, I think if I begin to, God forbid, have symptoms of a stroke, I would remember the numbness. I would remember the twisting of the lips coming about right here. I would remember that same feeling on my left side. I absolutely would know.
And what Lisa's talking about, I can, for some of those words, the words fast, F is for if see the person's, go ahead. The face drooping. The face drooping. A is for arm weakness. S is for speech difficulty. And then T is for time to call 911. And those are some of the things. I have someone who I went through this with, and like Gina said, I know someone who went to the hospital for something else. And they started doing MRIs and scans and things like that. And they were like, hey, you've had many strokes, not just this time, but that's one of the things that when I'm around, I've been caretakers for different family members. One of the first things, stick out your tongue, hold your arms up, say something to me. These are some of the things that they tell you to do. Right. And it's like, if they can't do that, get 911 because time is of essence to get your loved one to the hospital.
Yes, it is.
Well,
your nose. I thought I was taking a drunk test.
But if someone were to tell me that, and I'm tired, or Greg and we put in a lot of hours, I would think I'm just exhausted, even if I was.
That's what I thought.
It's a different feeling. From what I'm told, it's a completely different feeling, and that it's something totally off. It's not just a normal fatigue, normal migraine, and there's normally a lot of things that goes along with it. And the saving grace for both of them, they had other people around them that knew this is off.
And my wife knew that my face, my left side of my face, she said it looked like it was going, drooping down. And
so look, let me get back. I'm sorry to cut you off, man. Let me get back to the guest here, okay? Because we want to tell her story. We want to get her story in there. And Maurice, I'm gonna get back to you on that. So after you get those 4 or 5 days, Felisa, and you wake up, what's on your mind? What were you thinking at the time?
What happened? Asked the doctor a lot of questions, and I have to be honest, I wasn't comprehending because I lost a lot of my memory. I had to go through a lot to get my memory back with the help of a cousin walking me baby steps, and I mean baby steps. How to, why, not asking God why, but asking her to help me. It was difficult. It was difficult.
And you had as Marcy was talking, a good support system with you then, right?
Absolutely, and still do today. 100% support system, family and friends. Absolutely.
It's a blessing.
If I get stuck right now, I can call somebody and say, hey, this is what it is. Talk to me like I'm
There you
two.
go.
Right.
It don't make me feel no kind of way, but talk to me where where I can understand. It takes me a
Right.
little
You got
bit
a
longer to process.
and you got a new family right here too, so you know you can reach out to us as well. So you starting to take these baby steps, but looking at you now, because I've seen, I haven't dealt with any stroke victims, but looking at you now, you know, you mentioned that your face was twisted, your mouth was twisted, and this and that. It's not twisted now. How did you work that out?
Well, first of all, I put God first. That's first. And I trusted in what his word says. His word says by his stripes we are healed. So I had to
Mm-hmm.
take that, had to run with it. If that was my raising and my foundation, this was the time that I really need to apply the word. Whether I could sit there and understand it or not, I had that deep rooted down on the inside of me. And I had to know no matter what, God was going to bring me out because that's what his word says. So that was the time for me to either trust God or not. So how I got to the point I am now, years and years of therapy, years and years. Even those years where I was getting better, I still chose to go to therapy after, at least 2 years after.
Mm.
I went through the physical therapy with the leg. I've had every kind of AFO, every brace, everything you could think of to go on my foot, on my left side. My right side became weaker because it had to become my dominant side because the left side was so weak.
Well,
I had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful therapist who was with me the whole entire time.
do you still reach out to that therapist?
I actually seen her a couple times this year.
Okay.
We talk quite often.
Still got the relationship with him. That's great. So you start basically depending on faith.
Mhm.
Your faith saw through, correct?
Absolutely.
A lot of people don't believe that. Marcy, I want you to talk on that faith in difficult times.
You know, when you don't have any hope, God is always your hope. Like Lisa said, the Bible does say, by his stripes you were healed, meaning that even before you get what you have, you're already healed. And it's just a matter of trusting in God. That's all I can say. It's just believing, truly believing, regardless of what you see, knowing that we all will go through different types of storms.
By faith.
We're just going through. We're going to get to the other side. It might not be immediately, you know, like, okay, I want this done right now. We do have to do some work and, you know, be in there as well. And the bottom line, again, regardless of what doctors are saying to you, trust God that he can bring you through. And it might not be in the manner that you think it's going to be. Like Lisa said, she's gone through all kind of therapy. Her left side, her left foot, her left leg. God might have decided, okay, I'm saving your life, but you're gonna still have some other issues, and you
Some
still
work.
have to trust that regardless, it's all for your good.
There you
And
go.
because I know the word. When I was told that I wasn't gonna walk and talk again, I didn't have the left side. I didn't have it. This is what I had right here. And I said, that's not what God told me.
No.
I remember in his word what he said. The Bible says, whose report are you gonna believe? I choose to believe the report of the Lord because he has the last say so. It doesn't matter what the doctor said. I had a determination. I had a goal. Years ago, I prayed, Lord, I just want to live to see my grandkids. When I had that stroke and was able to come to myself and kind of think, that's what I made my goal. At that time, I didn't have grandkids. I wanted to be able to take my grandbabies to the park. Not a cane, not a walker, not a rollator, not a brace. I was able to do that because I determined on the inside that I was going to do it. It takes a made up mind. It takes faith in a made up mind. You have to choose to live or to die, to give in or build strength from it and move on.
Now, that's a question I wanted to ask you as well. Amina says that's why it's beautiful being a child of God. We can receive his promises.
Yes.
And before I ask you this question, let me ask the life coach, Jeff Rutherford. Now, I know you get all kind of people that come to you with different issues, different problems. This is an unusual one. What would you say to someone? How would you coach someone who's going through it or have gone through it and don't know what their next step would be?
You know what I like to do is I just want to take the time to say real quick, I really commend you because you did something that you made a statement and you said you chose. You said you chose to do therapy. You chose to get better. And when there are a lot of people who are going through these issues, sometimes people they fall by the wayside because they succumb to their own fear and their negativity and their doubt, because that they always fall victim to their mindset, their own negative thoughts. And that's what I always tell people when they face adversity when I'm coaching. I say, you know what, the thing is, if you do believe what the Bible says, because I deal with a lot of people who believe in the Bible, believe in scripture and word. If you believe in God's promises, if that's what you believe, part of my program is having that faith. Faith without works is dead. So if you believe in that and you believe in what the promise is, you're going to put in some work, but you're going to still walk by faith. Still walk and lean on the word. But you got to take some movement and some steps so you can get better or you can see the result that you wish to have. And that's what I notice about a lot of these stories. The people who are the most resilient and the ones who do achieve and attain full activity of any limbs or any feeling that was lost beforehand, they have one common denominator. They put in the work to get better. And that's what I would say. And I just commend anybody who is taking the time to go through any adversity or anything ailment with their body, and they push through, because that's what it takes.
Very well said, sir. Very well said. So I was looking up something here, and I was talking about the support and how to care for a person who has had a stroke. Here's a few things that what people say. Because they don't know how to treat Black stroke victims. We got the soul stroke. You know what I mean? We don't have the white people stroke. We got that soul stroke. You know, ours is cool. We don't we don't just stroke out, right, Felicia? We do ours. You know, before we go out like that, we got to make.
Let me clarify something really quick. We are not stroke victims. We are stroke survivors.
Yes.
We are stroke survivors. That's a choice.
And we on DopelivenTV don't correct Greg. All right, stop. Anyway.
Thank you, Felicia.
If I'm gonna tell it, I'm gonna tell it.
No,
Go ahead, tell it, Lisa.
Yes,
Go ahead, tell it, Lisa.
Absolutely, you are a stroke survivor. But they say to encourage daily rehab exercises. Don't do too much. Don't be too helpful to other people. Do you?
Okay.
Talk with social workers or case managers for tips. Talk with an OT. What is an OT? For house
Occupational therapist.
Okay, there you go. House modification recommendations. Keep a record of side effects from medication, and most importantly, be on the lookout for new stroke side effects. Pat Cannon says, "Say that." I think she was talking to me, but no, I'm joking. So, and that last one, be on the lookout for new stroke side effects. Have you, Felicia? Since how long ago has this happened?
2014.
2014. Since 2014, have you had any side effects?
Outside of what I described, no. But I started having absent seizures maybe about 2 years ago, and I think
what's that?
It's like how do I say? Like you could be talking to me, and then you all may think it's staring, but actually my brain is having a seizure.
Oh.
And it's like you just kind of go out of it for a
Did
second.
everybody freeze but me?
You froze?
You're the only one that's
Yes, sir. You're the only one that's frozen.
yeah.
No, on my end, everybody froze but me.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you're frozen.
I got it back now. We good.
Yeah.
I got
just like
three to.
just like you froze, Greg. That's how the seizures are. Just like that. Just
Go
like
ahead
that.
on with your. Look at you. You the one froze us, giving us visual demonstrations and stuff. So Lisa Gardner says yes with several S's. So I mean, but that's cool. So you've had those, what do you call them, silent seizures?
Absence.
Yeah, that's what I said. Absent seizures.
I don't know what y'all heard, but I did not hear absence.
He is talking about a brat.
That's what I said. You know, I got to listen a little bit better on this show. Hey, this is DopelivenTV Live. We're talking with Felisa Quarles. She's a stroke survivor. Did I get it right, Felisa? Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. So,
don't claim it. Don't claim it. That's mine was kind of different. Like you had wanting to walk with your grandbabies and all that stuff. Mine came up to the hospital, and we took like 2 laps around that whole top floor.
Your stroke came to the hospital?
No, my grandbabies.
Oh.
My grandbabies came to the hospital, and we went around that whole floor twice. And then a nurse came in there. She said, you got to slow down. I said, I can't slow down. Yeah, I've been like that all my life,
Does that make you guys rethink everything?
Well, me personally, what scares me is at nighttime when I'm going to sleep. And like I slept on, I remember one night I was sleeping on this arm and then went to sleep and scared the crap out of me because I couldn't get the blood circulating. I thought I was getting ready to have another stroke or something. That kind of scared me, and I started sleeping on my back a lot more.
Well, for both of you, did either one of your doctors tell you that, or have an idea of what caused your strokes?
Good question.
For me, it was migraines.
The migraines, and what caused the migraines? So, do you know what the cause of the migraines? Okay, and for you,
Felisa, didn't you say that you thought that you were having migraines, but it really wasn't?
No, I have been having migraines as long as I can remember.
Okay.
And I have been having migraines as long as I remember, but I was having a migraine at a time. And because, like I said, because it was so normal to be in pain from a migraine, I kind of dismissed it.
Okay.
That was one of the things I remember in the emergency room, them asking me if I had a headache because my blood pressure was so high. It was like 200 something over 100 something. And I was like, no, I didn't have any headaches or anything. My blood pressure was way up and my sugar was like at 500 something.
Okay, so help me out with this, Maurice. Help me out with this. Because see, I'm one of those guys that's dumb to all of this medical stuff. Okay, so you said it was 200 and something. You got a what is it? A systolic and a diastolic?
Right. Your baseline should be less than 130.
What's your baseline? What does that mean?
The top number.
The top number, systolic. Okay. The diastolic is supposed to be like about 80. Mine was like 200 some over 100 and something.
So when it gets to that certain level,
way out of whack.
Felisa, when it gets to that certain level, I mean, what's the level that you can say that, okay, I'm starting to feel something wrong as opposed to something is wrong?
It's different for everybody.
Yes, it's different it depends on your weight, your body type, all of the above.
Some people have that 160.
Pat Cannon says she would have real bad ones too. So they were excruciating. Huh?
Excruciating, debilitating. Sometimes, like I said, weeks at a time.
So it affected your.
Because I couldn't. This was different because I couldn't talk. And that's when I knew, look, this isn't right. This is off. Something is just not. It didn't make sense to me.
Okay, now when she contacted me, she said that she wanted to give her testimony, and I think it's a great story because this story has a happy ending because you're better. You aren't the victim of a stroke. You're a survivor, as you said, okay, and a thriver. You're thriving. So that's beautiful. But once you survived and you started getting well, did you have any other goals except for the one that you told us about, that you said, okay, now this is another chance to relive some things? So did you have other goals that you wanted as opposed to seeing your grandchildren play?
Well, for me, I'm an encourager, and I just believe that I didn't go through this just for me to learn anything. I think I went through it to teach or to help someone else. I have some other issues. I have fibromyalgia and I have lupus at the same time. And a lot of times the days are excruciating pain. I mean, no movement, no anybody. No anybody, no nothing, no nothing. I cannot do nothing. It's hard to get up and walk to the bathroom. It's hard to get up to make a bowl of soup. It's hard. If I had to describe fibromyalgia, it's like somebody putting coals inside a barbecue pit and tossing lighter fluid on. That's how the inside of my body feels. In spite of all that, I have my rest, but nothing is going to stop me. I am determined. My story is not just my story. My testimony is to help somebody else.
That's right. God ain't done with you yet, baby.
Not at all. Not at all. Tree says doctors do not know, Marcy, at times we are used as an experiment that cause it's always unknown, no matter how much I describe your condition. How many she meant people describe their condition. I'm sorry. But so was there ever a moment, Felicia, where you just wanted to give up?
Absolutely not.
I mean, I understand what you're saying.
I've known all my life to fight.
I understand what you're saying.
Did I get discouraged? Yes. Did I get frustrated? Yes. But
that's being human. That's being human.
Tawana says no. Tawana says no. It's not. It wasn't an option. It's not an option. You got a good support system on here right now. That's cool. So I mean, we are so happy to see. You know, you're beautiful. You know, you got a great personality, Maurice. I ain't trying to holler. You got a good.
Maurice is so bad.
I ain't say. Did I say anything?
You don't have to.
But Felicia, you can leave your number in the inbox.
All right.
But
all right.
I'm just saying. No, seriously though, you know, we are happy that you. Because normally on Friday we clown it. All right, Friday's clown day, but I think it's great that you're here to tell your story. I think it's a great testament. We live it. We live it every single day with Maurice. You know, Maurice had a stroke, and he's on here every day and doing his thing. But it's great when we see someone else who, number one, we thank you for supporting the show, but number two, we thank you for being here to. Give us that testimony. The testimony is huge. People need to hear it. Go ahead, Marcy.
In the Black-brown community, strokes and heart attacks are like some of the #1 killers. And just a little quick shout out, next Wednesday, anyone that's watching the show today, we have a certified health coach coming on. And one of the reasons why in the Black and brown community that there's so many strokes and heart attacks is because of our blood pressure, like Maurice just talked about, high cholesterol. We're not always so active in the manners that we need to be active. And the health coach is going to really, talk about that, because if you don't keep your brain and your heart right through the exercise, through sleeping, through eating right, and all of that, this sometimes this is what happens. And so next Wednesday, tell your friends, tell everyone Black, brown, whatever type of community, to come on the show. And we're going to actually talk about ways to avoid, hopefully, of having strokes and heart attacks and diabetes and other chronic illnesses that affect our community.
Real good. So, Felice, I want to give you a moment. We've heard the things that happened leading up to your stroke, during the stroke, after the stroke. What is your testimony?
What is my testimony, you ask?
Yes. No, that don't mean time up.
I guess I have to say it this way. I thank God really for being here. I thank God for a strong support system. I'll say this. You gotta first trust God. You gotta take care of yourself. Sometimes I get emotional because I know where I came from. I know the fight had to come inside of me. I had to build it up. Mm-hmm. And my testimony is God is good. God is faithful. And no matter what you do, no matter what happens in this life, no matter what's been done to you, no matter what people say, what people do, just know that you can do it. Just know that God got your back. Just know that if you just put God first, you're going to always come out on top. I would encourage people that if you know someone that's had a stroke or have lupus, fibromyalgia, chronic pain, be the best support system that you could possibly be. I often say this. Sometimes it's just the heart. It's an emoji. It's some praying hands. Sometimes that's my reboot, just like you start a car, because I have those days. Sometimes that's all it takes. So it's difficult. It's difficult, but I'm here. Thank God I'm here. I'm going to continue to lean and trust in God no matter what. No matter what.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to say, Felicia, you do not look like what you've been through.
That's God. That's not me. That's God. He's not done. I am a walking miracle. I know he can do it. I know several other people who had stroke. They didn't do the work. And I made myself an example. Look, this is what can happen if you do the work, if you have determination, you put God first. Like Coach said, faith without works is dead. Faith is useless if you're not going to put nothing to it. And if you don't know how to get the works, find somebody that do.
Yep.
That's
good
something
words
else.
to live by. Good
that
words
is
to live by.
something else. I don't know what I just did on my stuff here, but that is something else. Marcella put something up that says faith, fully abiding in the Holy One.
Yeah, that's something that we say at our church all the time about faith.
I can appreciate that. So, Felicia, man, look, fantastic story.
It is.
Fantastic story. You superwoman.
Yeah. Be encouraged, because
you are a superwoman.
I'm not superwoman.
You are. I mean, think about it. Think about it. Literally, some people don't come back from this. They don't come back, you know. And if they do come back, they're inhibited by the illness. They can't do anything. They can't do anything for themselves. A lot of them. A lot of them are crippled. A lot of them are distorted. I don't see that in you. Stand up. Let me see what you're working with.
Nigga.
Thank you, Maurice.
I'm just saying.
Damn.
I gotta be bold. Because I got quick reflexes.
No, Felice, I'm joking because we only get half of you, and I don't know. She could be Ironside down there. I don't know, man.
You know what?
Gina, reel him back in, please. Please, Gina.
I can't.
Because he don't listen to me.
Anything out his mouth.
No filter at all. None.
Felice, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Is it Tawana?
That is my number one cheerleader.
Is her name Taiwan or Tawana?
Tijuana.
I'm just joking. Put them eyes up, girl. I'm just playing. Felisa family right now. She's family, okay? And we got her. We got her. So yeah, man, look, that is a testimony. And I think we should do more to bring awareness to a lot of these issues that are out here. Thank you, Marcy, for getting that together for us next Wednesday. We should do more to alert people, and people like yourself need to come here and tell their story. And I hope when we have someone else on here that's going through something like that, that you come back on and cheer them on. You know, just like you got Tijuana.
Hey, Felice, do you keep up with your blood pressure and stuff now?
I actually don't have blood pressure problems. I don't have cholesterol.
Wow.
Your A1C good to go too? I have to keep up with mine.
She just healed. She's just healed.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of that has to do with. Go ahead.
The manifestation may have come slowly, but God kept His word. He is faithful to His word. He will do just what He said He will do.
Go ahead, Marcy.
And a lot of this have to do sometime too, like I said earlier, about what you're eating, because we don't watch our labels. We eat. My family on my dad's side is from Mississippi. The other side of the family is from Louisiana. So you got the soul food and you got the Creole food, and it's rich food, and we like the sugar and we like the salt and we like the meat, the smoked meat, and you know, the red beans and rice and gumbo, jambalaya. Okay, I'm hungry now. Okay, I'm sorry. But we eat all of these foods, and they're really not good for us. And we need to start learning how to
eat better,
cook healthier, read our labels, and even control our portions.
Well, my wife accused.
We need to go to the doctor.
Yeah,
we
that
need to
is what.
Stop being afraid. And
that
go to
is
the
it.
doctor.
Take your butt to the physician, please.
We don't get our blood pressure checked. We don't see if we have diabetes. We don't get checked for anything.
That's true.
So we
eat more fresh fruit and veggies.
Hey, real quick, Tree says, Felicia, speaking about what you have gone through, it's tough enough because it's not easy to talk. It's extremely emotional. You are a brave woman. Thank you for sharing. It really does help others. We know this. When a person's going through something at times, it's hard to say, hey, I'm going through a real tough time. You are loved. And those who are out there having or had a story to tell or need to tell someone, know that people love you and are understanding and will be by your side every step of the way. Hey, Pat Cannon says, since I met her years ago, she has been an angel in a human body. I'm talking about over 20 years ago. She has always tried to help everyone she comes in contact with. That's just who she is. That's fantastic. That's testimony right there.
There it is. That's like I said, it ain't done with you yet, you know.
Even though she's gone through and have gone through, she's still reaching out to help others. And that's what it's all about.
Yep. Can't be a blessing unless you can bless somebody.
I get the most gratification from helping somebody else, from talking to somebody else. It's not about money. It may take time. Okay, I got time. I got words. I could tell you a joke and we're going to pray and we're going to keep on moving. I guarantee you when I'm done, you're going to feel it. I guarantee you.
You know what that is? That's purpose.
Yeah.
That's what that is. Your life has purpose. Your life has meaning. And everybody has a story to tell. And with your story, it's impacting people. And that's really what we are supposed to do while we're here on this earth. We're supposed to impact people in some type of way.
Be a blessing to somebody.
You are doing just that.
And you know, and that's a Mentos moment, by the way. Everybody,
yes, Mentos.
Everybody does not. Everybody has a story, as Jeff said.
Thank you, myself.
That's okay. I got you, bro. Hold on. Mentos, the fresh maker.
There y'all go. Thank you. I gotta get some more.
We got you. We got you.
Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.
Well, everybody has a story, as Jeff said, but everybody's story, I don't know, everybody's story is not really meant to be told. Everybody's story is not an inspirational story. Some of these stories are just foolishness, they're fairy tales, you know. And you know, it's great to weed out or be able to accept and listen to a story such as yours, such as Maurice's, such as Jeff's, actually, such as Marcella's and Gina's. not Chris's, but it's a
Leave my brother alone.
Okay.
it's a blessing to be able to sit here and talk with you. And you know, when she contacted me, she just said, when can she come on to tell her testimony? I said, look, after you telling me what you just told me, you come on today. I don't care what, because today was foolishness day anyway, and you know, the day ain't over, so we still got foolishness. But it's good sometimes, you know, especially to close the week out with motivation, with some inspiration. And I love it because everything is going on. People are dying left and right. People are leaving left and right. You know, we used to be, people used to say, well, you know, when they, old wives' tales, of course, but it happens. When people start dying, when we know that people are dying, they start dying in threes, all right?
Yeah.
It's been 4s, 5s, and 6s.
It's 3 times 3 now.
12 packs and carrying on, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Jesus Lord. I mean, and it's not just like, you know, Boo Boo and them out there on the street fighting. It is just some of any and everybody that's dying from this craziness going on now. You know,
dropping.
A lot, yeah, and it's affecting a lot of families, you know, deeply. When this stuff is over with, it ain't gonna be nothing normal about nothing anymore. You know, when this COVID stuff is over with.
Which of course, and now, you know, now people panic because of this stuff. But you know, the thing is this: if you, again, I'm not religious. I'm very spiritual. If you read your Bible, everything in that Bible has already happened. You know? It's already happened. You know, and people's be like, well, you don't believe that because, you know, they wrote that way back in the day. They not here now, okay? But that's prophecy, okay? And everything in there has been, the prophecies have been fulfilled.
Yeah. Right? I'm sorry.
So so we're actually living on borrowed time. So at what point does anyone hear stories like you, stories like anybody's that's on here? At what point does anybody hear those stories and not say, hey, I need to get myself right?
Oh, you know, it to me, it's just like, you know, Marcy was saying earlier, we need to, as people, take our butts to the daggone doctor and quit being scared. Fear keeps us sick. You know what I'm saying? If you know when something ain't right, you know, like with me, I was out there in that daggone sun, and I know at that point I had sedentary. I was sitting behind a desk looking at monitors, 6 big monitors all day long. And when I say big monitors, monitors 55 inches a piece. And it was 6 of them. And I'm sitting there all day, sometimes for 12 hours. I knew my health wasn't right, you know. Actually, I stopped doing that and got back out in the field. Now I'm back out in the field. You know, you get moving, you get to use your brain a whole lot more. Although you can become an overload because I still get the phone calls from that deal, but I'm not just sitting down all day, you know. And I take my butt to the doctor when they call me and say your annual, you know, all of it, prostate, whatever needs to happen, you need to go ahead and have it checked out, because you know now they don't have to do the invasive prostate anymore. They got scans and they got the poop in the box. They got so many different ways to detect that. I'm just being real. Are they still gonna give you? Are they still gonna give you flowers?
I'm going to the doctor if I break a fingernail. I am using.
Well, I have no choice.
I am going to the doctor.
See this finger right here? How it looks kind of funny.
That did a test, prostate test.
No.
This took his finger up his own butt, right?
Maurice,
what do you feel? What do you feel, Maurice?
This finger got hit by a 3-pound sledgehammer, and the reason why I ended up in there to get diagnosed with diabetes and all this stuff because of this finger. That's how God worked. This finger got hurt and it got infected. It didn't heal. My wife said, you need to go to the doctor. So I went to the doctor. He looked at it. Of course, they do your blood and everything right there.
That looks like a Hulk claw.
And it's jacked up. It didn't heal right. You know,
it is.
It's got a spot right there that's dead from the nerve.
It does.
You know what, Maurice?
Huh?
I'm looking at your fingers now. Have them check your oxygen because you look like you have the club fingers. And a lot of times I'm looking at the other ones as well. And a lot of times that has something to do with your oxygen level.
What, club finger? No.
Kind of like, they're not, the nail.
That nail right there,
It's just that nail? It's just that one?
It's just this one. This nail right here was the one that got hit with a 3-pound sledgehammer. We was doing some remodeling, and this would make me go to the doctor. And that's how I said. I always say that's how God works.
Hey man, that finger look like a door stopper though. It looked like one of them door stoppers.
This finger hurt for a long time, and it kept getting worse. It kept getting worse and worse, and it didn't heal. You know, normally I was a pretty quick healer. You know, it bleed for a couple of days, and then boom, I was good. But didn't heal. It took all the time. I said, "Baby, it's gonna heal." I kept rinsing it, and putting alcohol on it, putting my own little band-aids on it. It didn't heal. As a matter of fact, the nerve was exposed here. That's how hard I hit.
Thank you for the adventures of Maurice's finger. We appreciate that story. No, I'm messing with you.
That's actually what led to the steps. Ended up, actually getting diagnosed. I was a pre-diabetic then. Later on, when going on down the line, he gave me insulin, he gave me, medicine and stuff, but he wouldn't follow up with me. That's why I have a whole nother doctor now. He wouldn't follow up. And don't be scared to drop a doctor. I'd drop a doctor in a heartbeat. Ain't doing what he's supposed to do. So he wouldn't follow up with me. Matter of fact, when I had my stroke, this Negro was on vacation. And I tried to stay with my brothers and sisters, but sometimes, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, you gotta who listens, who's thorough.
Right.
When you tell them something, when they don't tell you, if they're telling you, oh, it's just in your mind, it's just in your mind, and you know something is going on, you're not a hypochondriac. Because there are a lot of illnesses. I have one. That's one of what they call the invisible illness, autoimmune illness. And when I would tell people like, hey, my whole body's in pain, I can barely move. Well, you look okay. You don't look like you're sick, and I've had people, I have a handicapped parking license plate. And I had a woman walk up to me when I was getting out of my car to tell me that, well, my husband's in a wheelchair and you don't look like you're handicapped and blah, blah, blah. And I just told her, I said,
shut up, Karen, shut up.
I just told her that I'm a Christian. You're lucky that I'm still trying to stay saved and live safe, because someone else can come after you. Just because I'm not in a wheelchair on a cane does not mean that I don't have a handicap. And I don't know any doctor that's just all right. You have to go through changes just to get that. And people don't realize I can go into a store, walk into the grocery store, and by the time I get in, I'm like standing there like, okay, God, give me the strength to either go through this store or be able to walk back to my car. And there's times I don't even get out of my car because it's like, you know what? I just don't have the energy. And I'll get in my car and go right back home.
But Marcella, you gotta understand, if people see you parking there, you put the little placard up, and you walking in there all lottie dotty, they gonna wonder, they ain't gonna say nothing wrong with you. They gonna Medea you. You know what I'm saying?
I don't have a placard. I have a license plate, and placard a lot of times is. I can understand sometimes when you have a placard because they're like that could be your uncle's, that could be your dad's, or that, but say it's a car. But still, and there are days when I get out and I'm barely moving my legs. I can barely move my legs, and I'm like, okay, I lean back against the car, like, okay, Lord, like I need to get in here. I got to do my grocery shopping, or I got to get in here and do whatever. I just need strength enough to do what I have to do.
Well, I know.
But still, I wouldn't remember nobody. It ain't your business.
Next time somebody say something to you, Marcy, because I've had that happen before. You don't look sick. Ask them what does sick look like.
That's good. Yep.
Hey, Felisa, I've had that happen to me as well. I parked in a handicapped parking spot.
You don't look sick.
And I did the walk. I did the handicap walk.
From the mind of
handicap walk, Greg.
You want me to show you? Hold on.
No, oh Lord, I asked that.
It's bad.
See, we need some filters, everybody. Somebody put some filters on them.
I walked all the way to the store like that. And yes, Tree, I did it. Okay, I walked all the way to the store like that.
Tree cussing you out over there.
Oh no.
No, because Tree. I'm sorry, I'm eating Mentos. Tree actually
That what the Mentos told me.
My son and I some dinner, right?
Right.
And I was telling them what the subject was, right? So I said, because everybody who knows me thinks I'm always gonna clown people that got this and that, but I'm not. But I said, you know, what y'all expect me to do, all of this stuff, and they said, yeah, don't do it, Greg. So I did a little portion of it. Anyway, Carl Ramsey says, "What up, fam?
Who's up, Carl?
Who's the newbie? She's taking Carl." Hello, Miss Coral.
Predator.
Oh no.
He come around like a shark. Do
boy.
Do
good.
Do.
Hey, but hey, man, I'm telling you, a little while ago, Carl was killing it, man, with that music. He was killing it. Y'all should have checked him out. Carl, send us a link next time you do it, man. But that's we're talking with Felisa Quarles. She's a stroke survivor, and she wanted to tell her testimony, which we all had a little emotions going on when she was telling the testimony. I ain't gonna lie. But, it's something that I think people, again, need to hear. People need to take note of it. Maurice, everyone gave some great comments. If you feel in any kind of way, especially when you get up in age, go get it checked. Just make sure you go get it checked.
Get your butt to
regular. Not even if you're just feeling something, do regular
physical,
annual physical or something of that effect. And there's so many. If you don't have insurance or don't have money, there's so many clinics and hospitals that actually have free
have those options for you. Yeah.
Events where they do the bone density, they do the cholesterol and the blood pressure and things of that nature. If you know. If you can't afford it, talk to a church. Sometimes some churches also will help you out. Call 211. If you don't have insurance or you don't have doctors, 211 is nationwide. All you have to do when they call you, the first thing they're going to ask you, are you in a safe place? What is your zip code? What is your what do you need? It might be food, it might be housing, it might be electricity, it might be health, dental, whatever. Help. 211
help.
National hotline for any type of help. They'll refer you out in your area.
Cool. Thank you for the information.
Northwest Indiana, I am good with finding resources for Northwest Indiana. People that need assistance, help. I am very good with that. I make that my mission to help someone. So I'm very good.
So we can have people reach out to you if they have any questions, right?
Absolutely.
And that's what 211 is, the referral service for all of that as well. Felisa, that's a good business for you. Referral service.
Yeah. There you go.
Work from home.
Get it started?
Work from home.
Absolutely.
Let's get it started. Let's talk about it. Let's Marcy, help out. She got you, Felisa. Dang, Gina, I love it when we can do that. It's just. I mean, I see. I was one of those people. I'm super Negro. I'm not gonna go to the doctor. It hurt. It'll be gone in the morning. You know, I was that mug right there. You know, you hurt something, you don't go to the emergency room. Forget the emergency room. I'll be all right. My body know what it's doing. You know, man, I don't believe none of that now.
That was me.
I don't believe none of that now.
I was walking, dragging my leg, and just keep on going and moving. And at church, and they looked at me one day, and they're like, "Sister Marcy, what's wrong with your leg?" I said, "Oh, it's just acting up. I'm good. I'm still moving." And they were like, "You don't."
They didn't.
I had things to do, huh?
They didn't call you Quasi Marcy.
Hush. And I eventually went to the doctor, and I had to have surgery on the leg. But I was like, "Look." When they told me, I'm like, "Okay, do I have to stay in the hospital? Do I have to do this? What?" And they were like, "It's outpatient." I'm like, "Cool." And they were trying to baby me to get in the car. And the guy was dating at the time trying to baby me. And I'm like, he's like, "Here, stand right here." When he got me out the car and home. And he's like, "Hold on, let me, lock the car up. And I'm going to walk you into the house." By the time he finished doing whatever he was doing at the car, I was upstairs. I had gone up the stairs, and I'm in the kitchen trying to fix something to eat. And he was like, "You know what? That's just."
Yeah, I'm moving around a lot because the chair that I'm sitting in is like that. Okay, so I'm trying to get on the edge so I can look straight in, but the chair is like that. It is not doing well with my butt cheeks right now.
Put one of them shoe boxes up on one side. You got up there.
No,
Right.
crazy.
All that
Damage.
You can stack about 5 or 6 of them.
Get a phone book or something.
The
Old
boxes
Phone book.
Old
Jeff, you
phone
gotta
book
tell
from
them.
back
Tell
in the
them.
day.
Boxes are just as important as the shoe.
Oh man.
I got
don't-
there's some shoes over here where
Brother.
it slides out. It's like a drawer. Okay.
Greg, bro, I
Yes.
love you. I love you, but I just only shoes I ever got into heavy like that is hard bottoms, you know.
Dude, look at the ones
My
I got on. Look at
Stacy's
these.
and floor sham, all my hard bottoms,
The only reason I bought these, the ones that I got on, the only reason I bought these,
those Chris shoes, ain't they?
because of this.
What's this? I can't see.
Because of that.
What is
Oh my
that?
God, you gotta be kidding.
What is that?
I don't know what it means, but it was him. That's the only reason I bought it. I said, what is that? I was going to pass them up. What is that? But they do go with my shirt and my hat. So
But wait, does the image have on a mask?
the image, no, that's a beard, girl.
Oh. Like, wait.
It's a COVID shoe.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Hey, Greg,
It does
Yeah,
have
he
a
got-
COVID shoe though.
get you some brown paint, man.
He got a look. If you look real closely, he got that Maurice finger right there. You see that right there?
Oh my gosh.
Maurice.
Right there.
There you go.
Give him the finger. Give him the finger.
Yeah,
Give him
Maurice.
the finger.
I don't want to give him the number one. I just
Woo,
give him that
the
one right there.
Maurice
No, don't give me
finger.
that one,
So
dude.
what?
That would look like it can shuck corn real easy, dude.
Dude, let me tell you something. It's been like this since since 2018.
Since the movie The Predator came out. You remember
Man.
the movie The Predator? And remember how they used to point and then that finger just came straight, it just got stretched out. Maurice got the show prop. He got the movie prop right there.
That was
Go ahead,
E.T.'s
Maurice.
finger, wasn't it? Was that what'd you say, Terminator? No, E.T. had that finger.
E.T.
Well,
had the one. It
E.T.
had a
had a
little light
different-
on the end.
Yeah,
But E.T. went home.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. He did go home. Okay.
He had a light on the end. He is.
Go home. Okay.
E.T. over there chilling with Chris. Straight up. Christopher. What did he say his last name was? Lane?
Christopher Lane.
Where did she just disappeared?
She
Always
did.
after me.
Did she fall in that black hole? Let me see.
Always after me, Lucky Charms. Gina. So Jeff, how's Megan?
Megan's doing okay. She's doing okay today. She's just kind of chilling out, resting a little bit.
When you gonna be a king?
Say what?
So when y'all gonna be a king and a queen?
Oh, we live in that. Oh man, did y'all see the flyer I put on Facebook? About to live in the dream real quick.
The baby.
Baby. Oh.
Did Greg drop in the black
Go ahead,
hole?
Beth.
No, you did. You just came back. You went
Yeah,
to
you just
black
came
hole.
back.
Where's Greg though?
Right
He
there,
right
frozen.
above you.
I don't. It's a black.
not
Let it go. Let it
I'm
go.
not frozen.
Let it go.
All I see is a black screen where Greg was sitting.
Mama Lisa.
Again,
That's
let's
me.
talk about phones now. Okay, what phone are you on, Gina?
I'm on my laptop.
There's the reason why. What kind of laptop is it?
I don't know. It's a HP.
Girl, make sure. You see that, right?
Glass look
It's
crazy.
an HP.
Apple. Hold on, man. I got to go through it. I'm on that, okay? But I'm on my I'm doing the show from my iPad.
Well, it's not working because I still
Got
don't
my
see.
iPhone. I got my MacBook Air here. I got the big one at the crib. You need to invest your money into something that's going to last.
I know why you have all Apple.
Apple stock is falling.
I know why you got all Apple stock.
Why, Maurice? Why?
I know you got Apple because of your video. It makes sense. They do video better than anybody.
Well, thank you, Maurice. And Gina, you need to get on that, okay?
I'm not doing video. You're doing video.
Maybe I'll get maybe we can get Apple. Let me try to get
I'm not doing videos.
Felicia, you see what we got? You see what I got to go through, right?
I watch y'all every night.
He brings it on his,
Oh, so you
he
saying
brings
it's
it
me,
on
right?
himself.
But what she's saying is me. It's me. I'm the culprit. I'm the problem.
You are. It is you.
Pretty much.
Oh.
Hey,
Okay,
if the shoe fit, boom, boom.
What the shoe does
Well,
fit.
he's got a lot of
Actually,
shoes back there, so.
fits nicely, man. Fits really nicely.
Greg, that
Get
shoe
you
look
some.
too clean. Like you only worn it one time, bro.
This is the second time I wore it.
I knew it.
This is the second time I wore it.
Well, I need some of those for the fundraiser.
Yeah, you won't ever get these. Okay,
I'm coming to knock on the door.
I ain't gonna never get these. Never. But I should ask my son if he can come in here and give y'all a tour of his shoes. And these are just the shoes that he has in Gary. Okay, so these are because when he comes and he got to go to Chicago, he gotta go through that. He got an alphabet of everything. Matter of fact, you see how it's not stacked up, how it's starting to lean. That's because the stand that it's on is starting to buckle. All right.
Greg,
Then
did you teach him how to be a glutton?
No, I taught him to get what he needs to get. What Daddy worked hard, okay, to get to make sure that he was gonna be cool, so he can get what he wants. All right. But if you notice, right in the middle, well, you can't see this, but here, let me pin this down. He's gonna get mad at me for showing this too. But in the middle, there's actually a dresser that he had to put in there to make some other space, because if I could swing this around, which I'm not gonna do, it's another wall. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm not gonna do it. And then he's got this bed in here, and underneath the bed, there's even more. Now those are the ones, Gina, I can get you for I got to sneak them. I got to sneak them out.
He's gonna know they're missing though.
And it's hard to sneak a size 13 and a half, 14 out.
Oh my gosh.
Jordan, look this way. And all of a sudden, all of them drop out my hand. Sound like the flow caving in because his feet are so big. But it's okay. Felisa, what you want to talk about for the rest of this hour? What you want to talk about? You're our guest.
I have nothing in particular to talk about.
She's very humble.
Let's talk about how fine you are. Look, let's do this one. So you've gone through all of this stuff. Are you dating now?
I am not.
You not? Oh shit.
This is a dating show, though. This isn't a dating show.
Melissa, guess what?
Who's that, Maurice?
The dating game.
You don't do what?
Maurice is so funny.
I didn't ask you to buy me no shoes.
I didn't say you.
Okay, but look.
Look at Jeff's face, everybody. Wait, stop. Just look at Jeff's face. He is funny.
Yo, I just be listening.
He's real funny.
Taking it in.
My family know me, Felisa. Anyway, Cora is perfectly balanced pH purified water, Felisa. And, they're doing their part for the environment. This bottle is made from 100% recycled plastic, okay? So that means that if you throw this away, well, if I throw it away, it will come back as a shoehorn, okay? But if you threw it away, it would come back as an envelope with your phone number in it.
Well, he tried it. He just bold in front of everybody. At least
Tree told me not to show Jordan
Catch the note.
privacy. Whoa, look at you. Look at you.
You didn't think that was coming, did you?
He wasn't expecting that one. He got thrown out.
Look, he can't say no. His face froze. He's like this.
Lisa says, I'm so proud of you. Keep telling your story, and all the words are very great. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you so much, Felisa. You have a great night.
Thank you, Felisa.
Okay? Keep watching. Felisa, we should have you on more often.
Lisa, you froze his face up. You did like this skirt.
And we did get, Felisa, you did receive your t-shirt, correct?
I did. Thank you very much.
Okay, so why the hell ain't you wearing it?
So
I knew you was coming off. I won't hear that. Anyway.
Because I didn't get it in pink.
Oh, you didn't get it in what?
I didn't get it in pink.
Oh, this ain't breast cancer awareness month. This ain't breast cancer awareness month. So you got it. You got a bar.
It doesn't have to be my favorite color. It doesn't have to be.
You ain't running nothing on this show, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Greg. Sound like she's running her mouth and she telling you what to do.
What's up, Joe?
But Greg, that's how you get them digits, man. The pink.
All right, so I gotta chill out, right?
Just snap it. Man, we got
I
private
need
chat on here. You can go private straight.
Because if I act right, Felicia, plug your ears up. So if I act right and get them digits, I may not have to use this today, right? We go back to the
no, not to that Friday, not to that Monday show. What was that?
Yeah, going back to that show.
I thought that was over already.
Yeah.
It is over with, Lisa.
Not with Master Bates over there.
Oh no.
Hey, Master Bates.
And y'all know I'm slow. I'm like, I don't get it. I just did. Y'all know I'm slow.
Oh, you got it now, Marcy. Because Marcy,
my mind don't go there.
Yeah.
So you asked me what I want to talk about, right?
Well, hold on. It's a black conversation.
You got to go ahead, Marcy.
You need to make sure it's a conversation that Marcy can talk about too, because we can't do.
Oh, you better make sure it's a conversation I can talk about.
Okay.
Gina, shut up. We can't be too black on here. Okay.
I was gonna back the ball over there to Marcy. I was gonna back
For what?
to Marcy.
Okay, now we got to talk about white conversation. Okay, Marcy, go ahead. Give us a white conversation.
Well, you know, Marcy brought up a good
we're gonna talk about the Beatles
conversation, dealing even with individuals with dementia, elderly parents.
We're gonna do that another day too.
Yeah, so that's something that is very prevalent, and it's something that there's not a lot of support groups. So, you know, we're gonna have that conversation. We're gonna talk about it. I've been through it. Marcy, you say you going through it now, so we're gonna.
I went through it.
Yeah. So we you know, I think at least half the panel can give some good tips and advice on what to do when you're dealing with that.
Y'all be making up topics that I can't talk about.
Good.
You said good.
But it's good, brother, that you don't have any of that stuff.
I'm learning.
Any of that stuff happening in your life right now, because
and it's just these are topics that are really within our community and what people are suffering from, and a lot of people don't like to talk about it because you know, back in the day it was like, okay, if this is going on in your home, right, don't talk about it. And these are things we need to talk about: the human trafficking, strokes,
oh my gosh,
eating healthy, all of that. We need to talk about these things. And there's other topics.
That is so I don't know how, you know what, these phones, I'm going to just start cutting my phone off completely, because I had pop up on my phone today, and I don't know if it's because we had this conversation with sex trafficking or whatever, but I got this this article on my phone today that had a list of 41 people that are missing. 41 people.
It's more than that, babe.
No. Well, I guess these are the ones that are on top priority or whatever.
Local.
They weren't all local, because there were some, you know, the two, I don't know if you guys remember the two little girls that disappeared in Chicago. Maybe
Diamond, I think, was one.
Yes, they were on there. There were some people in Tennessee, but I don't know why this popped up on my phone.
Gina,
it made me cry.
Gina.
Yes,
I just got a text. Kelly Price is missing.
Kelly Price is missing. I was gonna say that.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, she got diagnosed with COVID, and then when she got released, ain't nobody seen her ever since she left the hospital.
Maybe she just went somewhere.
Family or no one.
They did a welfare check. Please did a welfare check, and they can't find her.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
So she'll be number 42 on that list.
You know what's so crazy? We had that conversation and I woke up that morning and they were talking about sex. I told you Tennessee had a real bad problem with it, sex trafficking. You know, and it was. And they busted this spot. Had 4. I guess we call them pimps or whatever. These dudes, there was 4 guys. It was trafficking like 20 girls apiece.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
but you know what? I believe this article came up because there's been a lot of talk about how there's been so much difference in the
Petito or whatever
the white
young
ladies
lady?
that came up missing, and they found that young guy that we talked about, the
In
one.
Chicago?
Yes, they found his body. Yes,
yeah, the graduate.
Yes, and so there's been his mom. I saw her on the news a couple of days ago talking about the difference in the way they search for the white young lady that's missing. Petito's, I think her name is, and her son. She said, I want you to look for my child the same way you're looking for their child. Right. And now there's been a lot of talk and a lot of issues about how there's a difference when there's a white individual, and they call it white woman syndrome. Yeah. Call it missing white woman syndrome.
But it doesn't have to be a white woman. It can be a white guy as well. And that is so true. We have so many of our children in our community. There are hundreds of them that are missing. And they do not. One of the books I read, Gina, one of the books I read for Authors Guild, it was a story of a young man that he was missing, and from Indianapolis. And they were like, okay, he's over 21. It doesn't matter, da, 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 da. And so he had to go and put out all of these flyers. He ended up going, he had a mental illness, ended up going to New York and was homeless for 3.5 years, only because he got arrested for a minor infraction. And when they put his name in the computer, it came up where the family had put, where the family put it on social media, and they called the family. That's how the family got back to him. But they're even with our children are coming up missing all the time.
All the time. When I saw that list had so many children in there, it was just unbelievable.
It is.
It was so many, and some of them were like 7 months old, 4 months old.
They sell babies.
Even 2 children together. I'm like, they snatched, and some of them weren't even siblings. They were friends playing outside. It's just ridiculous. It really brought tears to my eyes, and it also brought fear because I have a young granddaughter. You know, and it's just so prevalent.
You know what's so crazy?
With that Jelani situation, though, they did say that they had actually found his body. It just wasn't identified. They found his body a month ago.
They found his body on the 4th of September. Now, that kind of blew my mind, too. Because if they found his body
on the 4th,
why did it take so long for them to do an autopsy?
Right.
It wasn't until his mother has been out here complaining and complaining and complaining. Now, all of a sudden, they did an autopsy and found... I can't even imagine your child is missing. They got his body in the morgue, and nobody is telling
them. And normally what they're supposed to do is contact law enforcement to look at that list of missing persons to see if possibly the size and things like that of this person, so they can kind of like, match them up and stuff. But it's, again, if they can tell that it's an African-American, a brown or black person, it's like we're not important. And you know what? This goes back also to politics.
We matter. Black Lives Matter.
Getting out here, voting for those who are for us. Looking at the history of these politicians. Who's actually working for us. Stop all of this. Okay, well, this was just going to do for just me or just for this one or whatever. Look at track histories. Make the law enforcement, make politicians accountable.
Right. And I mean, just like you said earlier, get your butt up and go vote. Because a lot of us don't vote because we don't think we count. We do matter. Like you always say, you Black Lives Matter. That really matters. Get your fat back out and go vote when it's time to go vote.
Also, parenting. If you know someone, who's a parent, if you can help them out, because parents aren't parents. Parents are so busy trying to now. Parents are so busy trying to be kids' friends that they don't want to watch the kids. Okay, you can go outside. For those who go outside, because most of them are in front of the television or the computer or on their phones. But being true parents, and if you see that there are kids out there that's in your neighborhood where the parents aren't really parenting and it's a dysfunctional family, if you can get out there and try to, watch these kids, go back to where the whole community can take, are taking care of these kids. It's not any of this, oh, well, that ain't my child. In a heartbeat, I see these little kids running around the stores by themselves, and I'll stop them in a minute. Hold up, baby. Come here. Where are your parents? In a minute, baby, where are the parents? Well, come on, let's find your parents, and sometimes you'll hear somebody way on the other side of the store, Jeff. And I'm like, really? Well, I'll take them up to the,
there he is right there.
I'll take them up to the customer service. Like, look, this child was running around by themselves. I don't see a parent. Where are the parents? That's how they get snatched real quick. And then, oh, you want some candy? Well, come on, baby, I can buy you some candy. I got it in my car, and you going right out to the parking lot with the child, and there's another one missing.
I put some drama on them. I walk up to them and say, hey, don't do that. You're going to hurt yourself. And I say it loud enough for the parent to hear. And if they don't turn around, I grab their hand. They go, they freeze up on it. He's grabbing my hand,
Most time the parents be ready to cuss you out and fight you. My sister-in-law, some little kid hit her on the butt. And she said, hey, now. And the parent, finally, after he'd been running around her while she's trying to shop, and when she said, hey, now, because he smacked on the butt, the mama looked and wanted to curse her out. She's like, I'll get to call my big sister. I'm like,
oh, there's nothing to do with all of that, any of that. Hey, Felicia, I want to thank you for coming on the show tonight, hanging out with us, giving us your testimony, man. We appreciate you.
Yes.
You're welcome on the show.
Thanks.
You're welcome on the show anytime you want to come back and hang out with us. You're welcome, okay? Gina, tell everybody about the Distinguished Authors Guild.
Distinguished Authors Guild. It's November 11th. It's a literary award show that's honoring African-American authors. We're trying to give them their day, give them their time. Writing a book is a lot of work, and they are sharing their words, their thought, their experience. And so we're taking that day and we're honoring authors for their works. Tickets are available on Eventbrite. Look for Distinguished Authors Guild Literary Award Show. We have a VIP gala that's hosted by Miss Arkansas, and we have a special artist coming all the way from Barbados to perform for everyone. And then the award show is right after. The tickets are available again on Eventbrite, Distinguished Authors Guild Literary Award Show. When you purchase that ticket, the proceeds goes towards scholarships to help freshman students that are in the journalism, literary, and creative writing field. So we're trying to give back, and we're trying to get our youths out there who are planning on being the next successful author. We're trying to help them to get through their education.
Absolutely,
All
absolutely.
Right.
And everybody understand this platform goes all around the country. Okay, Jeff, tell everybody what you're doing, bro.
Got something going on called The Cure. It's a group that I'm a part of. It's me and 4 other people, my business partners. Consists of myself, Jennifer Williams, Carl Weatherspoon, Neapolis Malachi, and Matthew Santana Jr. And we're going to start a 7-city tour. We're starting off in Nashville, November 20th. And we're going to hit everything from getting your business right mentally, which is what I'll be talking about, life coaching part of it. We'll hit on everything from branding, food you eat, and that's your inner, you know what I mean? And we're going to talk about personal and business credit as well. And as well as branding also in the inner and outer. So it's something, we just trying to help these people transform and literally eat, breathe, and sweat their businesses. So we give them the sauce that we use, our ins and outs, to help attain the success that we've attained so far.
Creating entrepreneurs, making sure that they do it the right way. Marcella, Felicia, stay in contact with Marcella. She's gonna help guide you if you want to on being the conversation we had earlier. An advocate that would help out so many people. People need to hear your story. Just outside of this, we reach a lot of people, but we don't reach everybody. Okay, so anybody that needs to
thank God for the opportunity. It's a prayer answered. I really thank you all for listening to my story.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Cheerleaders.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that. All right. It's always good when we can do some good things. And
I'm happy.
Maurice getting ready to hook up this radio station. It's going to be another opportunity to do some other stuff. So
yeah.
Hey man.
Actually, I have another idea. I had to hit you up with off the air. Not tonight, but another to you.
Cool. But hey man, look, we try to motivate, inspire, try to make you laugh, try to do a lot of stuff on here on DopelivenTV Live. But most of all, man, we just want to make sure that you in the audience, we make sure that you guys get everything you need from us. All right. So send us inboxes. You can send any one of us an inbox with show ideas, what you want to hear, what you want to talk about. If you want to talk about it, we're gonna put it on. All right. It's not a problem. Period. That's all I got. What y'all got? Anything else?
Does everybody have a safe and wonderful weekend?
Yes.
You too.
Enjoy, relaxing, and trying to stay stress-free will help you to, not end up with strokes or high blood. You just got to enjoy life.
Yeah. I mean, I had to put that pressure cooker stuff down because, first of all, the human body is not built for that kind of pressure. It's just not. I don't care who or how you are. It is not built for that kind of pressure. And if you
can
don't
release that pressure, though, Maurice, with that boo-boo finger you got there, man. That
very funny. Very funny, man. Wait till I see you in person. No, we're gonna go. We're gonna go live. We're gonna go live. We're gonna go live from the conference room.
When I see you in
with J Real.
When I see you in Nashville, I'm gonna give you a big hug, brother. I ain't seen you in a minute.
Man, I give you one back, man.
And Felisa, when I see you,
I knew you was going down in that left hand, coming in the right hand corner.
Interesting. Anyway, this is dope. I done lost my car.
Lisa.
Yes.
You done twisted his buttons.
You twisted
You better learn to button his shirt up then.
Oh!
I like you, Felice. I like you.
Ain't got no buttons. These ain't button fly jeans. Damn buttons. It's all good. Gina, Sunday.
I wasn't naming the jeans. I was naming the shirt.
You got a little boy.
That's right. See. You done messed around. You done pushed up button. Now look, she's giving it back to you.
Back
One more ring here at the task.
We appreciate your testimony, but we ain't getting ready to make another one.
Let me tell you something real quick. Don't let the stroke fool you.
Girl, you better.
Put your ear to the mic, okay? Don't let the stroke it dope feel. Don't let the stroke it dope feel.
I ain't scared of you.
I ain't scared of you. Hello. Goodbye, y'all. This is DopelivenTV.
Peace.
We holler.